Do you want to blow your money faster than a night in Vegas? No, probably not, right? Well, let's talk about the mistakes that are going to drain your wallet before you even see a dime in rental income. I'm talking about the kind of rookie errors that can turn a promising rental property into a financial nightmare. If you're new to real estate investing, or even if you've been in the game for a while, you need to hear this. My name is Bud Evans. I'm a retired police officer of 13 years and retired military of over 35 years of service. Started investing in real estate in 2019, and now I own several portfolios and a property management company in the state of New Jersey. Today, I'm going to walk you through the top 5 rental property mistakes and, more importantly, how to avoid them. Stick around until the end because avoiding just one of these mistakes can save you tens of thousands of dollars. Let's get into it. Real estate is one of the best ways to build long-term wealth, but it's not without challenges. It's exciting, sure, but one wrong move can cost you big time. I've seen it. New investors dive in with enthusiasm but no strategy. They end up frustrated and broke. That's why I'm here today, to make sure it doesn't happen to you. These mistakes that I'm going to cover aren't just minor slip-ups, they're the big ones. Wallet-draining, time-wasting disasters that are going to derail your journey before it even begins. By learning about these common pitfalls now, you're going to be miles ahead of the competition and well on your way to build a successful rental property portfolio. So let's get started with the first mistake, which is jumping into a deal without doing your homework. And spoiler alert, this is where a lot of people and beginners go wrong. So let's look at this. You find a property online on Zillow or Craigslist or something like that, and the price seems right, and you're pumped. You're already picturing tenants moving in and that sweet rental income hitting your bank account. But then a few months later, you realize you're losing money. Why? The rent isn't enough to cover all the expenses. Or worse, you can't even find a tenant because your rent's too high or something else. Here's the deal. Buying a property without doing due diligence and research is like playing Russian roulette with your finances. So let me give you a few pointers. First is understanding your market. You want to research the local demand. Is there a need for rentals in the area, or is the market oversaturated? You can check the rental rates, and if it's over, say, 30 to 40%, you probably want to look elsewhere. You're going to look at those vacancy rates and see rental prices and see if the property can generate positive cash flow. Analyze the neighborhood. Check out niche.com and see what the school district looks like. Is it up and coming, or is it declining? You want to check for amenities like schools, public transportation, and low crime rates. These are things that are going to attract tenants. Run those numbers. I use Flipper Force to calculate cash flow, cap rate, and ROI. Also do it to run my rehab numbers. If the numbers don't work, walk away. Some of the best deals I've ever made are the ones that I just walked away from. It's better to lose the deal than it is to lose your money. Learn from others. Talk to other investors in the area. Join RIAs, real estate investment associations or forums, and attend local meetups to gather insights. Meet people. It's about the people, not necessarily the course that's going on at the RIA. So the bottom line is just do your homework before you make the offer. It might take some time, but it'll save you from major headaches later. And the more offers that you generate, the faster you'll get at doing your numbers. Mistake number 2 is underestimating expenses. So you've run the numbers and it looks like a win, and rent's going to cover the mortgage, and you'll even have a little left over. If you're not accounting for all the expenses, that profit will vanish faster than your last paycheck. So here are a few of the hidden costs that you need to know. First, maintenance and repairs. I put maintenance, vacancy, and capital expenses all together. So expect unexpected because things happen. Roof leaks, HVAC systems fail, pipes burst. Budget for annual maintenance and set aside a reserve for big ticket repairs. That's your capital expenses. That's your roof and your HVAC and maybe some electrical problems down the line. You got to set aside for property management fees. If you're not self-managing the property, typical managers are going to charge you between 8 and 12% of your rental income, but that's not all. They're going to do other things and they're going to charge you fees to do those things. So factor it into your cash flow calculations. If they're charging you 8%, factor in 12 or 15 to cover your expenses. You're going to have vacancies and you're going to have turnovers. There are going to be months when your property sits empty. Tenant turnover means cleaning, repairs, and marketing costs, sometimes $3,500 to $4,500. Or more if your tenant was a complete jackoff. Or more if your tenant was a complete a-hole. Property taxes will increase over time, and landlord insurance is a must. So you want to make sure that you're using the appropriate legal and insurance for your properties. Use the 50% rule here. Assume 50% of your rental income goes right out the door towards expenses. Always have reserves at least 3 to 6 months of operating expenses saved up. Be conservative with your estimates because it's better to overestimate expenses than to underestimate them. Underestimating your expenses will break you every time. Mistake number 3 is one I see a lot. As a property manager, tenant screening is crucial. So picture this. You got the keys to your first rental property. You're excited to find tenants. So you just put the sign in the front lawn and then you throw an ad out on Facebook Marketplace. And then the first application that comes in, boom, hey, they're my tenant. That's a big mistake. Bad tenants can cause more problems than an empty unit. And I would strongly suggest a program like Rent Risk to check and have them fill out applications is going to be a $60 charge, because bad tenants can damage your property. They'll pay rent late or not at all and create legal headaches. And if you're in New Jersey, it can take you a year to get them kicked out. And evictions are costly and time consuming, not to mention stressful as hell. And then you got collections and all that kind of stuff. It's really a nightmare. So here's how you screen like a pro. You're going to want to make sure that they have good credit and good income. You want to verify that they make at least 3 times the rent. You're going to run a credit check to spot red flags like unpaid bills or evictions. You want to make sure that you get their utilities from their last rental property so that you can make sure that they're paid. You're going to call their references, talk to previous landlords. Were they reliable? Did they leave the property in good condition? Hey, listen, go visit them and have them fill out an application in person so you can see their last place. And if a landlord looks reluctant to answer your question, guess what? It's a bad reference. Conduct those background checks. Now, in New Jersey, we have a 2-step process. I've got to run their credit and their finance and check all that stuff before I'm allowed to run their criminal history, and then they've got to opt in. If they don't opt in, they're not getting my apartment. So you want to make sure they meet your criteria. Next, I know this sounds off, but trust your gut. If something feels off during the interview process, listen to your instincts. The hair on the back of your neck goes up, don't get them. There's somebody else down the line. Now, pro tip, use property management software to automate their tenant screening and streamline the process. It saves you time and reduces the chance of overlooking something important. Like I said, use Rent Risk. That's what I'm currently using until I move back into Buildium. Mistake number 4, don't get emotional. Don't overpay for a property. It's easy to get emotionally attached to a property if it looks great. Maybe it has a charming front porch or it's a neighborhood you've always loved, but in real estate investing, you got to check your emotions, leave them at the door. They have no place in decision-making. Overpaying for your property reduces your cash flow. It limits your ability to handle unexpected expenses. It makes it harder to sell the property later on for a profit, or it's going to take you longer to refinance the property and pull equity out later on. How to avoid overpaying? Great question. Here's what we do. We get a comparative market analysis. Make friends with an agent. They'll do that for you. Work with your agent to determine the property's true market value. Look at recent sales and similar properties in the area. Compare apples to apples here, not apples to oranges. Don't compare a duplex to a single-family home. Then stick to your numbers. I'm only going to pay this much. I'm not going to go above that. Set the maximum purchase price based on your cash flow analysis and don't go over it. The number is the number. If the seller doesn't budge, I'm out. Next, be patient. Good deals take time. Don't rush into a property just because you're eager to start. Okay, so you're under contract. We're going to get an inspection. We're going to use those results or the market conditions to our advantage during negotiations. Remember, we make our money when we buy the property, not when we plan to sell the property, and paying too much upfront will cripple you and your investment. I mentioned in step 1, legal and insurance requirements. So don't skip your legal and insurance essentials. This is a silent killer. You think you're saving time and money by cutting corners on leases or skipping insurance, but you're actually exposing yourself to massive risks. Don't just use ChatGPT to generate a lease. There are legal requirements for the state, and you probably want to have a lawyer, and not probably, definitely want to have a lawyer take a look at that. A solid lease is going to protect you in case of a dispute. Landlord insurance covers damages, liability, and loss of income if your property becomes uninhabitable. That's important because people will smash your place up and pour concrete down your toilet if you evict them. Failing to comply with local landlord-tenant laws can also result in fines or lawsuits, which is really going to take a chunk out of you. So how do you protect yourself? Use a state-specific lease template and then take it to an attorney. Customize it with clauses that protect your property, like rules about pets or late fees. Having that attorney review your lease ensures it's airtight. Mine's 20 pages long. It didn't just happen that way. It's over time. So invest in landlord insurance as well. Standard homeowners insurance is not going to cut it for rental properties. You want to look for policies that include liability coverage and loss of rental income. I use a broker, and they help me out tremendously. I'd highly recommend Esposito Insurance if you're in the New Jersey area. This helps you stay compliant with local laws. You're going to want to familiarize yourself with your landlord-tenant laws in your area. What are your requirements for insurance? What are your requirements for your tenants? Keep all records of communications and transactions with tenants. If you're using the software, make sure that they are using some form of electronic communication so you can screenshot that stuff. All right, here are some bonus ninja tips. Little extra to help you succeed. First, build an emergency fund. This will happen, guys. Expect the unexpected and have reserves ready because stuff happens. Keep learning. Don't just stop. I got my rental, I know everything. No, the more you know, the better decisions you'll make. Attend seminars, read books, and network with other investors. Guys, I don't know everything, but I know a lot because I keep in touch with a lot of people and we talk about different things and they manage differently than I do. I use tools like Flipper Force to stay organized and track my progress with my rehabs. Okay, so here you go. You got the playbook that I just gave you for avoiding the top 5 rental property mistakes. Now it's up to you to put this out there and take your knowledge and put it into action. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to refine the strategy, remember this. Smart investors aren't lucky, they're prepared. And luck is where preparation meets opportunity. Hope this video helped you out. Until the next video, aim high. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new today. If you did, please show us some love and smash that like button. Your support means everything to us and helps us reach more people like you who want to aim high in real estate. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell icon so that you can stay up to date on all of our future content. If you're hungry for more real estate and finance related videos, we've got you covered. We can't wait to see your success stories in real estate investing. Till next time, aim high. We'll see you soon.